The mass exodus out of California. So if you guys watched my last video, you guys learned that I'm moving out of California, joining the likes of the Joe Rogans and the Graham Stevens. I'm moving to Gilbert, Arizona. Got a brand new house. Not brand new, it's built in 2008, but pretty new. It's new for us, it's beautiful, it's spacious, it's in a nice community, got a lot of amenities for under 500 grand. So I'm lucky enough to work remotely and be able to do that. And in this video, I want to talk about the potential tax increase that California is proposing and how it's a terrible idea. Keep watching and I'll explain. All right, so we are stuck in this problem in California with the homelessness crisis is expanding. I mean, from if you've gone to areas like if you live in LA, if you've gone to Echo Lake Park, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it feels like hundreds of camps, tents, homeless people. You can't even enjoy them. You cannot enjoy Echo Lake Park anymore. Yesterday, I drove through Wilshire Boulevard. We're going to Malibu. So we drove through Wilshire and then we drove through Brentwood and Veterans Cemetery off of Wilshire, lined up with tents. I think that's like the veterans tent, homeless encampment area. And then literally on the other side was Brentwood, you know, like one street away. Now you're in the heart of Brentwood and these cafes and stuff. And we already, as Californians, pay the highest income tax in the country. We're paying 13% income tax. The state that I'm moving to, the state income tax is around 5%, okay, less than half. States like Tennessee and Texas and Washington have no state income tax, zero. And the proposal to raise the income tax from 13 to 16% is crazy. And let me explain why. The tax increase is only going to affect the wealthy, right? So you might be thinking, well, great, let them pay more taxes, right? It's for people making over $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, right? So you have to be making significant money for this new tax rate to affect. Now, my question is, people are already leaving California. Just with a Joe Rogan leaving, you're losing millions of dollars in tax money just by one person, right? Just by Joe Rogan leaving, you're losing millions of dollars in tax money that you would have got because he just signed a $100 million Spotify, right? So instead of paying those taxes, he's going to move and probably he's not going to pay California tax because he doesn't live in California. So what do you think will happen to the people making 3 to 5 million or more when there's another straw on the camel's back? So already we have the highest taxes. Already we have this homeless problem. Things are getting worse. Everyone's leaving. And another hike, another raise in income tax is only going to push these wealthy people away even more. So you think it's going to bring in more money. In reality, it's not going to bring in more money. You're going to lose money because more people are going to leave. If I'm making $5 million and I'm paying 13% in income tax, that's $500,000, more than $500,000. And now you're going to raise that even more. And I don't care how rich you are or how poor you are. If you can save 10% on your taxes every year, and now it's already at 13, it's going to go to 16. I don't care if you're worth millions. $500,000 a year is a lot of money, okay? And when someone could move to another state and save that money, when we have all these other problems, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing for California. California's going to lose money in the long run with all these people continue to leave. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I think the solution is we need better leadership. You know, we need better people in office who are not going to be corrupt, who are going to be somewhat business savvy to know how to handle money and problems. Because if states like Texas that have no income tax are not having these problems, Why are we not looking at them to see what they're doing right? And why are we not following their lead, right? They don't have this problem. I haven't heard of a homeless problem in Tennessee or Washington. I haven't heard of it. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Maybe you guys can educate me if there is. But if they don't have these problems, Arizona has less than half the income tax we have. Other states have zero income tax. How are they managing? Maybe it's a bigger problem. Maybe there's just too many people, like Joe Rogan says. So it could be that, but I think we need to get farther with the money that we have now. With the money that California is bringing in, we need to get farther with it, with that dollar, okay? Instead of just asking for more money. Because if we're not able to solve the problem with the 13% we have, what makes you think we're gonna solve the problem with another 3%? We're already going in the wrong direction. This video is just kind of a rant about kind of what's going on with the homelessness, California, the exodus. And again, if you watch my last video, I don't want to stay in Arizona. I want to come back. LA is my home. This is where I was raised. I love LA. I love the weather. I love the beach. I love the culture. I love the diversity. I love the food. I love the sports teams. I mean, it's an endless list of pros. Now we're starting to add a lot of cons with the taxes and the homelessness. You know, home prices, you know, yeah, they are high here, but if we don't have these other problems, it's worth it. You know, if we're not paying 16% tax now, if we could stick to the 13, maybe even lower it, that would be great. But if there's that, and we don't have the homelessness problem, and we don't have, you know, these things, then I'm okay with paying more money to live here because it is a great place. And the plan is to come back for my fiance and I. The plan is to come back to California. It's not a long-term solution for us because this is our home, this is where we grew up, and this is where we want to be. But at the pace, at the trajectory that we're going, you know, we need to make a hard left. We need to make a hard left because whatever this leadership that we have in our state is not getting us where we want to be. I mean, unless you guys are okay with the issues that are going on, that's another story for another day. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at, and I hope we really got to know who we're voting for, the props we're voting for. These props come with millions, if not billions of dollars of initiatives, right? Where money is going to go. So do your research, you know, keep the wealthy here, right? We want to keep people with a lot of money here so they can keep paying taxes, keep creating jobs. We want those people to stay here, right? We want to passion initiatives for Uber and Lyft to stay in California. We don't want them to leave. They're threatening to leave. That's how many people are, you know, rely on Uber for their income. We want to keep them here. We want to be careful where we're spending this money that's coming in. So do your research on every single prop, talk to different people, you know, figure out how it's going to affect, and then your councilmen, your senators, your governors, do your research on who you're voting, because there's also corruption going on. There's probably corruption in a lot of states and a lot of governments. You know, it's not just here, but we've had enough. You know, we've had enough as Californians, and we need to get back on track. You know, we're better than this, and we deserve, you know, the people here deserve better than this, and we can do it. We can do it. We need to get some good leaders in here who can turn this thing around, and I believe in it, and I hope to come back in a couple years to a different California. That's my dream and that's my hope, and I think we can do it. So regularly my videos are about real estate and mortgages. This kind of affects that. Real estate, mortgages, home prices, you know, all these things are kind of tied in together one way or another. So if you're interested in getting real estate mortgage news, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. All of your support is greatly appreciated, and stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time.